Today I want to talk about a new feature that we're introducing in the Real Magnet platform, which is the What's Trending dashboard. And as the name suggests, this is sort of an overview of all the activity within the Real Magnet account and highlighting exactly what's trending, what's important to look at, some suggestions as what you might want to do to improve your overall marketing efforts. So the What's Trending calendar and functionality lives within the marketing automation tab, and it's right here at the home page. Now don't worry, for those that are sort of concerned about their campaign snapshots, those are right here. You can simply toggle between the What's Trending and the snapshots. So the first part of the What's Trending is the calendar. This gives you an overview on a calendar, day-by-day look at special activity or certain activity that's happening within the Real Magnet platform. And there's various views of that. So let's look at a couple of these. The first one is the overview. And essentially here, what it means is to give you an overview of the messages that have been sent out on a daily basis. Now, it's not the number of recipients, it's the number of jobs or unique messages that you have. So for example, we can choose a particular day, and here we're going to get the details. It'll show us what those messages were and what campaigns they were associated with. If I had social posts that went out, I would see in addition to that both the emails that went out as well as the social posts. In this particular example, we've got Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Now, from these, I can also look at the details. I can go ahead and I can preview the message. Yep, that's the right message. And if I wanted to, I can even track that campaign right from here. So as you can see, really easily accessible information about the details of the campaign or the overview of it in calendar form. So that's one of the more important views, the overview. Let's go and look at some of the other ones. Goals. Again, for people using call to action campaigns with goals, this report shows you exactly how many goals were reached on every specific day. As you can see here, I choose the day. It shows me which campaigns and how many goals were reached. Again, if I wanted to, I can click here and I can track it. This one has a lot more. It'll show me here how many goals are reached in each individual campaign. And if you're using the ROI calculator and are associating a dollar value to your goals, that will also show up here. Landing pages. For every day, you could have a number of different people submitting one or more landing pages. This gives you an overall calendar view on a daily basis of how many people are submitting each of those landing pages on that day. As you can see here, it'll show you every single landing page and how many submissions. Once again, I can go ahead and click, and I can get to the details of the tracking. Lead scoring. For those people that are using lead scoring, what we do here is we show you how many people on every day reached a threshold within the campaign. After all, that's for lead scoring, that's probably the most important thing, where you set thresholds and you can tell, wow, in this particular day, we got 99 people that reached the threshold in this particular lead scoring campaign. So again, a very important quick sort of snapshot of what's happening. Link labels. Link labels are such an important feature because they allow you to track across messages, across campaigns, and even across different medium, for example, email and social media. So what it'll do here is when you pick a particular date, it'll show you exactly how many links were clicked with that particular link label. So super instructive to tell you, hey, what's performing well, what's perhaps not performing as well. Sends. This gives you a breakdown on a daily basis of the number of recipients who received a message on that particular day. So in this particular day, on Tuesday the 7th, we had 2 messages that go out. One had 91,000 recipients, the other one had close to 45,000 recipients. It'll show us the name of the campaign and the name of that message. Again, you can preview the message and or track the actual campaign. Social interactions. We talked about this just a little while ago. On any given day, you could have a number of social interactions. That is clicks from those posts you put out there, likes, retweets, things of that nature. Here it'll break it down by channel and by the actual interaction. So again, you can just scroll on any given day and look at the days that are most active and say, what was going on that day? Why was this so popular? Unsubscribes and spam complaints. Again, here we're going to show you on a daily basis how many people unsubscribed on that particular day. And depending on the unsubscribe setting you have, the details will show you. It could be grouped by unsubscribe by message category, by group category, all, etc. And if there ever were some spam complaints, we'll show you on that day and the message where those spam complaints originated from. Then you also have upload jobs, right? On any given day, you could be uploading either through the interface or sort of automatically through the API or other areas of integration that we have. This will show you how many successful and unsuccessful jobs were on that day. Here it'll give you a little brief detail, and you can go ahead and manage and see more details in the tools section. And then lastly, for those people that are availing themselves of website tracking, super important. What this shows you is, again, on a daily basis, the number of website visitors you have. So on this particular day, it'll show us that we had these many visitors, and I can then toggle and look between how many were known visitors, anonymous visitors, and how many were converted from anonymous to known on that particular day. Plus, it'll give you a distribution of time, so you can see where and when all that traffic is coming to your website. So that's the calendar. Again, you can sort of scroll through different months, back, etc. One other little handy thing is here you can set your own reminders. You can schedule for a particular date and time, put in a title, a description, it'll show up there, and then that way it just gives you an idea of a reminder, say, hey, create the message for this campaign, or what have you. So the calendar is an extremely useful tool to get a bird's eye view of what's going on across all of the activity in the Real Magnet platform. There's a number of other things that we do in the What's Trending dashboard. The first one is we give you a report or some insight into what we call trends by day. The trends by day, as it suggests, is what is going on kind of aggregate, not broken down by the day, but aggregate over time. And so, for example, we all know that one of the most important metrics is our engagement metrics. How engaged are our customers, prospects, members, constituents engaged with our content? And we measure that by both the ongoing open rate and the click-through rate. And it'll give you here, you can see sort of a breakdown. If it's going up, that's great. If it's steady, that's okay. If it's going down, may want to look at it. Again, that's what this report is set to do, to pinpoint those areas where you should pay attention. So for this one, we can also sort of change the parameters. We can do it by date range. And if you're using message category, I can also change to just look at engagement from messages from a particular category. By the way, I can also set a volume, both floor and ceiling, to say, you know what, to consider engagement, only consider messages that I've sent to over 100. That way you avoid some of the message to individual and things of that nature. And here you can see it'll change it. So a very, very useful report to gauge how engaged your members, prospects, customers are. Here we're going to give you another view of that distribution of how many emails you send per day in graphic form. It's very useful just to get a sense of, you know, where the spikes and the valleys are in that. Many people are concerned with sending too many emails, and this is a very good report to help you visualize kind of the trends. This one is extremely useful. What we do is we look at all of the emails that were sent out in any given time frame, and we're going to pinpoint when the optimal open time is. So for example, when looking at the data here, it shows me that on Tuesday at 9 a.m., I've got this kind of open rate, but this is the sweet spot. Thursdays at 9 a.m., I'm getting close to a 20% open rate for messages that were sent there. Once again, I can select by message. Message category, I can select by date, range, etc. So again, very, very useful. The other one is something that we call inbox trends. An inbox trend is trying to help you identify what's working and what may not be working so well, so you can tweak and optimize your marketing efforts. These two reports sort of focus on the subject line and the pre-header text. So with subject lines, you're using subject lines and you're testing things out, and you may want to know, hey, what are the subject lines that are generating the highest open rates? Again, of course, subject lines are tied to open rates. So what we do is we automatically look at all of the subject lines that you have, look at the ones, and you can configure it. Show me all the top 75% of my subject lines. And when you configure that, what we'll do is we'll look at all of the words that were used in those subject lines and provide a word cloud that shows the frequency of those words. So for example, here, marketing is a very effective word in our subject lines. I can click it, and I can see here all of the subject lines that use marketing and their associated open rates. Really very useful for saying, hey, I'm about to type in this subject line. What I want to know is, what are the words that are most commonly used that are generating the highest open rates? And again, this feature is also within the marketing automation platform. When you're configuring any send, there's a little icon there that you click that you get this exact same word cloud. So it's exactly when in context you're setting up those jobs and those subject lines, we provide that for you. And again, we do the same thing for pre-header text. So that's the inbox trends. Content trends. This is also extremely important. Here, what we're looking at is how is actually the content of the emails itself performing. And there's a number of metrics that we look at to do that. The first one is looking at a breakdown between mobile versus desktop, right? We all know that increasingly more people are reading and engaging with emails over mobile devices. So here what we'll do is we'll give you a breakdown in terms of the opens by device, or not by device, but by category. So here we see close to 70% of people are opening them on a computer, and about 30% are opening and reading on mobile devices. However, of all the clicks from those emails, 90% of all the clicks are coming from desktop. And that tells us something. That tells us that A, we want to make sure that our emails are responsive, right, so people can read them, but that also the call to actions, those are mostly coming from desktop. So in terms of asking people to do something right away, they may not be willing to execute on that call to action, put in their credit card information, buy something over the phone. So again, very insightful. Also, many of you are familiar with our click view tracking. It's kind of a heat map, right? And what that does is it shows you the distribution of where in your email people are clicking the links. And really, again, it's sort of tied to mobile that way also, that as the emails get longer and sort of important links go to the bottom, they may not be being clicked at the same frequency that you would want. And here, this gives you insight into exactly that. What we do is we allow you to set kind of the height range of an email. So what this is saying is, hey, when an email is about, I don't know, about 375 pixels to about 1,500 pixels, where are most of the clicks coming from? And it will show me, hey, when the emails are in that range on a desktop, most of the links that are being clicked are coming from the top quadrant of your email. And you can get a little detailed view on that by looking at these messages, sort of picking one out, and you can preview it to get to what is the click view tracking of that message, right? And you can see where all the clicks are coming from. So in this one, it's a particularly short message, so everything shows up in front. That's the majority of it. Again, what it does is it gives you insight into where to be putting those links and how to ensure that you're optimizing placement and frequency of the links in your email. And then finally here, what we do is we show you a breakdown of those links, what percentage of those links in the emails are text links, and which ones are image links, sort of an image that you can click from. So here, it's about 56% are text links, and about 500 are, or 43% are image links. But of all the clicks, you can see here the majority are coming from the text links. So these are some of the reports that's in the What's Trending dashboard. Again, to help you identify opportunity, help you optimize your marketing efforts, and help you to realize much stronger and quicker ROI. Thanks very much.